So you got to be coachable. You got to go sleep early, get up, go train, go school or whatever wherever you go. Make sure your grade point average is 80, 85, so you can continue into colleges.
Yeah.
There's so many scholarships out there in baseball.
The game represents America. It's a national pastime in America. This is what people do. They go to baseball, they play baseball as kids, they always want to be in the major leagues. Just the camaraderie of teams playing together. You get together with a group of people. You get to know everybody. It's just a good game. It's a wholesome game.
Well, I've been a Met fan my entire life. I was born a Met fan. When my older daughter said to me, talking when she was becoming 18 and starting to think about whether she wanted to be a Republican or a Democrat, she said, "Mom, does it matter?" I said, "The only thing that matters if you want to live in my house is that you're not a Yankee fan." So I think that baseball and the teams polarize people. You root for your team, whether they're good, they're bad. I mean, certainly Met fans are serious about their love of the team.
If you don't know the game, you don't know the strategy of the game, and the strategy meaning what pitch is coming next, how to set up the batter. The movement of the game is slow individually, but as you think along with it, where the next pitch should be a fastball, a curveball, high outside, low inside, where the position of that is, that's a strategy. That's the love of the game where you get to by watching it and understanding it. Watching it for 5 minutes, it is slow, no doubt. And as an outsider, you might see that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing it when I was his age, and when he was born, and we started watching games when he was probably 3 years old or something like that. And he's been playing since he was 4 in T-ball, which is like a beginner league. So it's definitely part of the culture. I think for me, it was. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s and whatnot, so for me it was inexpensive for someone to be able to go to a baseball game and watch a baseball game, and it was easy to play. There was baseball fields everywhere, so you could go play on the baseball field. I don't know about what you think, Pep, but for me it's always more expensive to go to a football game or one of those type of games.
Yeah, I think that maybe you would like to play baseball and you could just find a field anywhere. In Westfield, there's 8 different baseball fields, at least, so people can just pop out and go to a baseball field and play a game, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and they have leagues everywhere, too. It's just part of growing up in America. They have little leagues pretty much in every town.
Well, when I was a youngster, I played Little League Baseball in the city of Boston. I grew up within less than a mile from Fenway Park, and I would go to the games, sit in the bleachers. It was $1.50 for a ticket in those days. Ted Williams was the premier player of the American League at the time, notwithstanding what the Yankee fans might say. He was my hero growing up as a child. He retired in 1960, and just a year or so prior to that, College Trench came up, and he became the best player for the Red Sox for many years, 20-something years. Baseball is a very common game. All you need is a ball and a glove and a bat. And there's not a lot of equipment like you need for hockey or football or other sports. So kids in inner cities can play it, kids in the country can play it. They just need an open space, an open ground to play in.
I definitely grew up, so I grew up outside of Philadelphia. I was a fan from very young. Both my parents grew up Phillies fans as well. Or my mom did. My dad was a Red Sox fan, unfortunately. So I was always a fan as a kid. In '93, when the Phillies made it to the World Series, but to lost to the Blue Jays, that was a tragic moment for me as a kid, but always been a big fan.
I try to pitch to it because you want to see how he reacts in that situation, how he reacts against the guy with the opposite hand, righty versus lefty, how does he put the pressure, so you can learn about that guy, so you can build his confidence, so you can do that. Whereas in the majors, because it's all about the bottom line, you do the strategically sound move. So you may lose that game here. That guy may give up that 3-run homer, but he learned from it and he's going to grow from it, but you got a loss in the standings. So that's why it's tough, because most other sports that you watch in every level is about winning. Here, you hope you win, but it's most important to create better ball players. And that's a big difference between the minors and most other sports.
I remember watching baseball with my mom from when I was so little. She was a stay-at-home mom, and I would sit and watch baseball with her. That was my first memory, and then once I was older and we started going to games, I just remember one weekend in specific we went to 2 or 3 Pirates games, and my dad bought all the kids ice cream cones, and they were huge, and all the moms were so mad at him because he bought like 8 or 10 ice cream cones, and we all had them all over the place, and you know, it's just little things like that I remember that are fun, and they'll be memories forever.
I mean, if you don't know the sport, it can be slow moving sometimes. They're trying, like the clocks to speed things up in between pitches. They're trying that in like the 20-second clock. They're trying that to speed it up because sometimes it does drag on a little bit, and they're trying to speed things up because it's losing interest to a lot of the younger people who like to be more active and everything. We grew up with more video games that are action-oriented and all, and baseball can be kind of slow at times. The second game has been a little on the slow side with no scoring so far and not much excitement.
Well, the big difference between NCAA baseball and minor league baseball is that winning matters in college baseball, and that's why I value it more than in minor league baseball. In minor league baseball, it's more about player development. You're trying to develop your current crop of talent to get them up to the big leagues, and that's where you really value winning. But in the minor league single A, double A baseball, you might play a guy that's struggling just so you can try to figure it out, and long term, your major league club will have success. In college baseball, the goal is to get to Omaha and win it. That's the ultimate goal. Besides that, you're trying to win your conference and your league. So the passion, which kind of transcends not only college baseball, but college football and college basketball, is similar. Winning matters here, and that's why I like it a little bit more than the minor leagues.